23rd of February 2024, and on this day at 3:03 was when I entered the world. And then 27 years later, this podcast. What's that fucking buzzing? What is that? Can you hear that?
I can.
Can you hear that? What is that?
Can they hear it? Oh, it's gone.
I fixed it. Look, I think one of the cables. Yeah, might need to replace one of the cables. You know. Happy birthday to me. I've got the One Ring. The Prince. No one's going to see it. The Prince has got me the One Ring.
I have.
It's very cool.
It is very cool.
It is very cool. I used to have one of these years ago that had a little Mount Doom cradle that you'd plop it in, and then it would light up.
That's cool.
And I wonder how much that would be fucking worth. It's gone now, like disappeared into the nether. But that was like fully metal like this. This is very impressive. I'm happy with it.
Good.
And I will cherish it. I won't wear it because of a fear of hurting it. I might need it.
What you need is a necklace and then whack that on there.
100% I need a chain. And I think I might have one somewhere. What you got? Yeah, one of them. That's what I need. A little chain. What's the purpose of that?
Don't know. Jem got it for me for Christmas.
Fair enough.
Running out of options. We've been together so long. How else can I get this cunt?
We're here.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, mother.
What?
Huh?
Mother?
No, it's just banter, isn't it? It's not funny, is it? I wasn't here last week. Why wasn't I? I was busy. You was doing something.
You was dying, weren't you?
Was I?
Was that last week?
Nah, you was busy. Yeah, no, I was ill. You said, can we do tomorrow? And I was like, no. Oh, yeah, I had that stomach pain.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, yeah, I nearly died. Yeah.
Yeah, you all good now?
I think so. Hopefully.
What was it? You don't know?
Yeah, I don't know. I've got to have blood tests, so I won't be here, actually. Good reminding. On the 10th, I think it is, maybe.
On the 10th.
Or it's somewhere near, whatever that weekend is. Because I've got to have blood tests, and it's like a very awkward time on a Friday, and this because I've got to have. I shouldn't really talk about this on the pod. I'll talk to you after about it, but I've got.
He's just not gonna be here.
I've got to have blood tests for Saturday in particular, and I'm not allowed to eat or drink, and I've got to go work in the morning. So
yeah,
it's
fair
be
enough.
A fucking raucous day.
Fair enough. It'll be a Steph episode. That's absolutely fine. Big old week of gaming. Lots of shit's happened, innit? Lots of fucking shit has happened. Let's start with and glaze over it very quickly because I'm not massively interested in it. On how god awful Skull and Bones looks.
Oh, it's got some terrible reviews as well.
It's got some absolute dog shit reviews. Oh my god.
They fucked that, man. That's a live service game. Excuse the pun. Dead in the water.
Yeah, 100%. What was that? Like 10 years of development, some shit like that. And it doesn't even stand up to Black Flag. Mm-hmm. It's mental.
Even the facial animations, people have put comparisons to Black Flag, and Black Flag's pissing on it. That's insanity.
It's awful. And all that Ubisoft is doing is advertising Skull and Bones, and like all these achievements and all the team like they're really trying to fucking put a positive spin on it. And naturally everyone's just saying, no, this is dog shit. This is fucking awful. Put next to what was just another case of AAA games coming out and then being overshadowed by little games like Helldivers 2. Completely overshadowed fucking Skull and Bones, 100%. People aren't interested in that, they're interested in Helldivers.
How does this happen though? How do you spend 10 years on it and it come out like that? I think it's had some difficult development time. I think it's had a lot of like stops and starts and restarts.
Yeah, but fucking hell, like surely the basics of it's cool to be a pirate and it's cool to blow up other people's ships, but one of the fundamental parts of being a pirate is hand-to-hand combat and being able to bury your treasure and fucking dig it up and have your own like hideaways and shit like that. And you can only get off of your ship at very specific locations, and even then, from a PvP basis, you can see other players like walk around with them. But you can't do anything with them. You can't attack them. You can't do anything.
They're just hub areas, aren't they?
Yeah, just hub areas. And on the on the boats themselves, you can't even walk around your own ship, for fuck's sake.
That's shocking.
That's ridiculous. You can customise your own ship, but you can't walk around it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just mental.
Yeah, it's crap. It's dead in the water. They've got some serious work to do if they want to bring that back. Is it worth the investment? Probably not.
100% not.
So yeah, they've proper shot themselves in the foot.
That's just fucking Ubisoft,
when
man.
was this? A year ago they come out and people were playing it at like some press event and people were, cold on it then, picking up the things that people are picking up now. So they had time to, delay it, work on it, do whatever it is that the people that were moaning about it wanted. But then at the same point, we're just normal people. We don't know what goes into it. So maybe they had to get it out by X deadline and they couldn't delay it and blah-de-blah. But
yeah, but fucking hell.
Yeah, no, it's crap. It looks really shit. On the opposite end of the spectrum, Final Fantasy VII, the second of the trilogy, looks really good. It's got some really good reviews.
Yep.
So yeah, that looks cool.
I believe there's a crossover event happening on Final Fantasy Online.
You mean the best MMO ever made? Is that what you're talking about?
Something to do with that. You just want to delve into that?
We can do.
It's been 2 weeks.
It has, yeah. We've been playing Final Fantasy Online.
Yep.
And yeah, it's pretty fucking good. I didn't mean to. I can't even remember why I did it. I think it was more
because it's natively.
That's the reason.
Incorporated a controller into it already.
Mm-hmm.
It's on. So Final Fantasy Online is an incredible MMO. There's a reason why it stands up against something as mammoth as World of Warcraft. But it's also a completely different game. It's so similar but so vastly different. But it's also crossplay with PC and PlayStation, and very, very, very recently it released on Xbox.
Did it?
Yeah, that's so there's been a massive influx of new players to Final Fantasy because it's just come out on Xbox. It's the whole game isn't fully unlocked on Xbox, so there is a cap to what they can reach. I don't actually know what it is. That novice group chat that I'm in Final Fantasy, they're all talking about it.
What do you mean? Why is that the case? That's weird.
I think maybe testing the waters, possibly. I think maybe it's something like they can get to like level 45. I'll Google it later, but there is a cap that they can get to for now, and then obviously the full game will be released. But that's obviously created massive, massive volumes of players coming to Final Fantasy.
I'm seeing a lot of sprouts about.
A lot of sprouts.
Acting like I ain't one.
It's fantastic, man.
I don't understand though.
Right? Go on.
So I've got the game and I'm playing it.
Yeah.
Right? I couldn't find that free trial bollocks.
Yeah.
So I just thought, fuck it, I'll sub, whatever. And I've subbed. But then I go on the store and it's like, what is it? Endwalker?
Endwalker's the latest one.
Endwalker, yeah, $39.99 or whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
So do I own Final Fantasy VII Online, Final Fantasy 14 Online?
Yeah.
Or do I have to buy that to have it online? Or what is? I don't understand.
It's the same shit as WoW, isn't it? So you
can play up to.
You own the base game,
okay,
but you don't have the final expansion.
So it's probably worth. I probably ain't gonna reach Endwalker by the time the fucking next one comes out. So I might wait until that comes out, and then I'll have Endwalker.
I think I've got Endwalker because the last time I played Final Fantasy, I must have just got greedy and thought, fuck it, I want that. So I've got that, and I know that from when I load it up on Steam, the loading screen thing is Endwalker.
Okay.
Because I asked a load of people and said, how do I fucking know? Because through Steam I can buy it, but through the Mog Station thing with your actual account, I can't buy it. It says I have. There's no expansions I can purchase. So I asked them, and they were like, just look at your loading screen. Which one? I don't know what it's like on PlayStation. I don't think it's the same thing because it's not run through a launcher. But for me, it launches up and it says, like, if it says Endwalker on it, that's the fucking one you've got. So yeah, it's just that. So you have the base game, and I would imagine it runs very similar to WoW, where with the latest expansion, the previous expansions just come with the base game.
Yeah.
They're just incorporated into that now because obviously it's old content. It's unfair to make you fucking pay for it. So yeah,
Destiny should think about one day. Just saying.
Huh?
Maybe Destiny should think about doing something like that.
Yeah,
one
you
day,
still have
just
to
so-
pay for all the fucking previous
Everything.
expansions. Yeah, it's bollocks.
If you want to get into Destiny now and do everything, it costs you like 300 quid.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. That's why
It's
that
mad.
game's fucking shit.
Yeah, what's happened, man?
But yeah, it's just it's weird because the last time I played it, I put in on Steam. It said like 50 something
I
hours.
don't know. I've checked.
So I put in
I've checked real time,
a decent crack, and I really really liked it. And it was just WoW that pulled me back in. But for some reason, this time round, I'm seeing it in a different kind of light. I don't know whether that's because maybe you're playing it, or if it's just I'm less. I've gone from a point where with MMOs, everything needs to be done straight away. I can't miss out. FOMO. I need to do this. I need to do that. To the point where it becomes a job. Whereas very much now, I'm much more laid back with it, but still intense with it. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not constantly searching like what's the fucking best character, what's all this shit I need to, what can I do to get that. I'm just taking my time with it and very much enjoying it.
I am also taking my time with it and doing that, mainly because I have no fucking idea what it is, even if I'm told.
No.
So, you know, I've probably walked past many things I should be doing, but I have very little knowledge. I think I've done six dungeons now, all with NPC party.
Yeah.
And smashed them. But obviously, I feel like because we're in that 100% XP server, because it's like a preferred server and whatnot, obviously you out leveling a lot of the stuff. Then you get the level sync, so it sinks you down in your dungeons. But obviously, just if you're higher, it's still a little bit of a thing. But the thing I love most about this, in comparison to WoW so far, is the way it teaches you. Because
very good.
I am a sick tank, right? I know how to pull enemies. I know when I've got their aggro and when I haven't, just by a symbol next to their name.
Yeah.
Literally, I look across at the enemy boards and it's like, depending on what colour it is and what shape it is, I have their aggro or I don't. And if I want their aggro, I can either throw a shield at them or I can do an AoE and get all of them on me. There's an ability that just pulls them towards you with aggro that you have on pretty much all the time anyway. I know how to tank. I'm not high level. I'm nearly 50. I'm like 47 or something like that. But it's taught me everything I need to do, and it kind of spoon feeds you in a slow way. But that is how I need to learn, because when it's bombarded with menus and text and stuff, I can't do it.
I found it does it. If you look through your spell book, it's much less intense than in World of Warcraft. So, like me, for example, I'm playing a Lancer, which will then soon be a Dragoon.
They look sick.
Yeah, they're cool.
They go up in the air, don't they, and come down.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it, man. And flicking through the spell book, there's like maybe like 6 spells in a rotation, and that's it. And it's the same for like most of the fucking classes, which I feel like just makes it that little bit easier to play. Don't get me wrong, there are some classes where they're meant to be quite tough to master, but I just feel like it works. It works, man, especially because you're incorporating console onto that. You can't have fucking 20 different abilities to incorporate into console. It's not viable.
You'll be surprised. Do you know how many abilities I have up?
Have you got a lot?
38. Right? So,
Why?
Well, because
You've got so many.
So what I do, I don't know how to.
Because I think you get more spells at 50 as well. I think when you hit level 50, you unlock like this different subset of fucking whatevers.
There's shitloads. I think that I don't think it's obviously in WoW. You select a tree, right, and then you go down and you pick left, right, middle, whatever you want. I don't think it has that. I think it's more. These are all your skills, but use what ones you want, right? So this is what I still don't really understand, and I haven't really found out yet, even despite looking. So I start off as a gladiator, which then goes into paladin, which I am now paladin. But obviously, when you hit paladin level, you unlock other skills and abilities and stuff. But some of them are quite similar in terms of like, I think the gladiator one's called Rampart, right? So it's like a defensive buff for 15 seconds, whatnot. Then the paladin will have a different one, but it's very similar. So then I don't know whether I'm supposed to have both of them or if I just swap one out for the other. And I can't work it out. I've looked at a video of how to level it up, the gladiator and paladin, and I've got all my defensive abilities, which I really like on this because it's in the shape of, say, a PlayStation controller. So I've got triangle, circle, X, square. They're in that shape. So I just go, right, for my rotation, for my defensive, when they're off of cooldown, I'll just go triangle one first, then I'll go... So I'll just go clockwise round it.
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to remember rather than the boxes that are just next to each other. But yeah, so I've got... So how it works is, if you want to attack, you hold R2 or whatever you bind them to, and then you have 4 abilities in triangle, circle, square, and X. And then you have 4 abilities when you're holding R2 on up, down, left, right on the D-pad. You have exactly the same when you hold L2. Right? So I hold L2 and I have my defensive on triangle, circle, X, square, and whatever else I have on L2 and the D-pad. If I want to bring up another one of all them with R2 and L2 and all the different combinations, I hold L2 and then press R2, and it brings up a whole, 4, 8, 12, 16 more. And then if I want another different one, I hold R2 and then press L2. It brings up a whole different taskbar thing again. So I've got, what is that? So that's 4, 8, 12, 16. 16. That's 16, right? On one thing.
Yeah.
16, 32. So yeah, no, I've got more than that. I've got fucking 64. But I haven't filled them all out.
Yeah.
I filled out 2 of them.
Yeah.
And it's working. It's so easy. I'm like, it takes a while to be like, right, what's where? But now I've got it. It's second nature. It's just right. I just press L2 and R2, and it brings up my mount, my teleportation, my return skill, all them other skills that you don't need all the time, but sprint, just bang, bang, done. And then all my attacks are just straight away there. I've customized all my HUDs, so it's completely translucent. And then when I hold R2, they all pop out again so I can see. I love the fact that when I press R2, not only does it show the symbols clearly, it also has the name of the ability. So it makes it easy for me to remember what ability it is. I've moved all the HUD. I've turned mini map off because I just have my map up when I want. I just press square and move it about. Auto run. I've turned so much stuff. I've customized the HUD how I want it. I watched a video just because I wasn't sure what was important to be out. I've extracted materia from my items. I'm just learning at my own pace. And fuck me, is it good? And let me send you, which is I've been sitting on this since last night. I was really wanting to send it to you. But this character here, sorry listeners. This is, I might post it on the Patreon. This is my end game. This is the geezer I want to be. Look at that. I'm hoping that's Samurai. Oh, God. He's just sick.
Oh, yeah, that looks fucking cool, doesn't it?
How fucking sick is that? Do you know what I mean? That's the GOAT.
That gives Samurai vibe. The Samurai that I've got that I logged into, they just look cool, man. They look like a proper samurai. The whole vibe around them is really interesting. Quick side note, I didn't realise that you can fucking breed your mounts.
Quick side note, didn't know.
Yeah. Because I've joined the Facebook community and, yeah, someone put a post up saying they got, like, because it's got different, like, traits like speed and fucking stamina and like, all the standard shit and then a couple of, like, quirky ones. And there was all, like, 5 stars. And they're like, I finally breeded it after blah, blah, blah. And it's all, like, RNG based and shit. So I'm sure we'll figure that one out.
You can breed mounts.
Later on. We'll find
Do you know
that.
how many times I've seen that wolf mount knocking about now?
Yeah.
It's pissing me off, bro.
Yeah.
Every single person that's got it has got the little sprout next to their name as well. I think they got you, didn't you?
Yeah, and they're probably going to get me when I get a fucking mount as well. You know, you got it so that your chocobo fucking helps you fight.
Yeah. Just feed them grass.
Yeah.
Got that, bro.
Yeah.
Nailed it down.
Yeah, because I haven't reached that point yet because I've now made like my 10th character. But
which you still haven't added me, by the way.
Yeah, that's the bit that I feel like we're doing wrong. Because if we aren't doing it wrong, it seems rather stupid that every single time I make a new character or you make a new character, we've got to add each other as a friend again.
Probably not adding accounts or adding characters.
I must be able to add an account. Surely I can do that. But yeah, it's just fun, man. And I like the art style. The graphics are decent. I can't wait to progress to another expansion because obviously the graphics will improve there. If you look at Dragonflight and then the Burning Crusade and WoW, they took two completely different fucking games. Completely different. Even down to like the mechanics of the game are different. The visuals of it, the artwork, like it's all far more improved in later expansions, which is what I've heard is the exact same with Final Fantasy. And I just want to get out of the base game because a lot of people have said it's very bland. Very bland, fetch this, kill that, and basically fucking beeline the main story and your class missions until you get out of that and then get into your first expansion. Which I don't know how that happens. I don't know I don't know how you know if you're in an expansion or what. I don't get it.
Well, I've worked out that I'm definitely not because I went through the quests. I went back to... I forgot about that, actually. I went back to my inn house yesterday.
Yeah.
So I went to sleep in the bed. So when I play tonight, I'll get even more XP. Because you get the rest of the bonus.
Oh, can you do that?
Yeah, and when on your XP bar, your bar goes blue, showing how much like you'll get extra XP. And
yeah, WoW did that.
If it goes off the screen, then it's just going to keep going and keep going and keep going.
Because I know... Because you unlocked the inns fairly early, don't you, in the main story? I haven't actually utilised one yet. Oh, I should do that.
So yeah, I don't know if it does give you a buff because obviously we get 100%.
Well, I think I read it as well. If you join like a guild or whatever they call it on that, you get an XP buff as well.
I've had so many requests, so I just ignored unless it's a cool name. I'm not joining.
Yeah.
I'm not joining. Philip's Pirate Band. Piss off. You know what I mean? It has to be something cool, like I don't know. Vader's 12 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've rested at the inn and I looked. There's a thing in your little house that you can look at, like I think it's called like a journal or some shit, adventure journal or something. You can look at all the cutscenes, but at the top it's got a tab and it says like the expansions at the top. And when I've gone across, they're all empty.
Is that through the inn? Or
it's in my house in the inn, but you will have the same house and the same adventure log.
Yeah, because I think that adventure log might actually be on your
probably
thing
is.
Anyway, like with where your hunter log is.
I don't know if it's called adventure log. It's called something like that.
It'd be something along those lines.
But yeah, I'm fairly far in the story. I think essentially, as far as I can tell, I'm just collecting these crystals and thing. But
yeah,
I've slain Ifrit, so.
I don't really know what's going on with the fucking...
Well, you know Ifrit, don't
yeah,
you?
yeah. I don't really know what's going on with the story so far from what I've a lot of it, because there's no voice acting in the first bit, it's kind of like...
There is some.
Little bits, yeah. It's kind of mind-numbing, so I've just been fucking click through that.
Well, I've been trying my best to read it, unless it's like, oh, my brother's gone to get some lilies and he has been gone for 3 days. I'm like, yeah, all right.
Well, what I did read was that apparently with Final Fantasy... it's a lot easier to pick up the story and what you're doing. You don't necessarily have to read everything to kind of understand what's happening. Which, yeah, I'm kind of getting that vibe. Don't get me wrong, I do try and read most of the dialogue, but
it's more scanning it.
Yeah, I don't want to spend my whole evening fucking reading when I just want to be killing shit and leveling up and doing bits and bobs. I started doing like carpentry.
You see, I haven't done any of
as
that
well,
yet.
And started leveling up some of that.
I don't even know where that starts.
It's fun, Matt. Well, you go and pick one. You know when you can pick a different class. When you go on your map and you've got a red quest mark with like a key holder thing, just look in your city and it's like, so you want to be a carpenter or something like that, and you just go and you start that. Vastly different to how you do it in WoW.
I see one of them little geezers, a tiny little fella yesterday with a little sprout. His name was just chopping down trees.
They call them potatoes. You know that? That's the nickname for that race. Whatever they're called, Lulu Pels or some shit like that. And yeah, they apparently in the community they call them potatoes.
They walk very strange.
They're weird, aren't they?
Very
They're just
strange.
dwarfs, little midgets.
Yeah,
I don't know what I am. I'm that weird. I'm the geezer with the bunny ears, whatever they're fucking
You
called.
remember the bunny ears?
One with the bunny ears, yeah, down the bottom.
Yeah.
Can't remember what they're fucking. Steph was helping me make a character, and I switched over to the female version of that bunny, and I was like, we both agreed. I guarantee most of the community is playing that because she was fit as fuck. Like they'd made her character model as nerdy as they possibly could.
Weeb.
Yeah, and I was like, I guarantee you most people are fucking playing like that. And yeah, there's been a lot of people that I've come across where they're playing like that. I was like, fair enough. Fair play to you.
I'm just playing a big fucking human geezer.
Mm.
Although, but then, like I say, I know that you can change everything. You can change your race and character and everything. So
Yeah.
when I get to the point where I look cool and I've got the gear that I want, I'll switch to that elf-looking thing. Because that's what I wanted to make, but I couldn't work out how to do it, and they look stupid, the ones I was thinking. It's weird because you can't have a beard on everything, and I don't know, it's a weird one. You can't all have the same beards. They've all got different beard styles and shit.
The geezer that I made for a little bit when I made that Marauder fucking shit beard, like you can have like basically like the chin strap, and then when it comes to the tash, but it doesn't fucking connect and everything. I was like, it's fucking stupid. It's so stupid.
So yeah, I don't really know. I don't know how the loot works, because I kind of don't mind it, but I also don't like the fact that when I kill something, the loot just either is picked up or it isn't. Like there's no like auto loot where I pick something up off him because there's nothing to pick up. It'll just say in the corner, leather. Oh, great! I don't know what that is for. Crafting, I'm guessing. But yeah, when it comes to like dungeons and stuff, there's just you kill the mobs, and then there might be like a little treasure chest, and you'll go over and you'll go, oh yeah, the warden's trousers I've got. Oh, sweet. But then you go to another chest and it's like, you've already got the warden's trousers, so you didn't get the warden's trousers. So I don't know if there's, I imagine, there's just a pool of items you can get from each dungeon.
Fuck knows. I genuinely have no idea.
But yeah, I've got some fucking cool looking shit. But I also don't know what to do with it all. I don't know whether I'm supposed to sell it, because I've sold a lot of the crap, but then there's some called like that are like unique, and they're like, yeah, do you want to sell? Are you sure you want to sell this? I'm like, I don't know, do I? So I haven't, because I don't know if it's like WoW in terms of once I've unlocked the appearance of one item.
I have no fucking clue.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I haven't sold a single thing yet. I've got about fucking 10 different lances, like weapons that I need to fucking get rid of. I do really like that it's so easy to flick between everything.
I just looked up that account thing, and it is the character to character, because the game was built to do everything you want on one character. Because you can change everything. There's not really need for alts unless you're mental and you start 3 different characters before you hit level 20.
Mate, I've seen people where they have one character that's like fully maxed out on every single class and like every subclass and then every like profession and all that shit. It's like, fucking hell, like that's mental. But at the same time, I really like that because yeah, it allows you to, especially if you're like quite big into role playing, it allows you to stick with one character and build a really decent story, which obviously I know you're more into something of a role playing esque type than myself. So it's kind of annoying if you put like 100+ hours into a character and then decide, oh, actually, not really enjoying being a samurai anymore. I want to go be a dark mage instead. Yeah, it's nice to be able to go, well, I can go and do that. That's not a problem.
I just find it very friendly for players like me, because I haven't got that time to put in hundreds of hours to. I have, but not for each fucking character. I couldn't, but I might want to be, like you say, a mage, but I'm not. Me personally would be like, I'm not doing all that shit again. I'll just stick with this crappy character that I've got.
Ninja seems quite cool.
Oh, there's loads, bro.
Have you looked up
fucking everything?
Yeah, rogues turn into ninjas, and I read that rogues basically, when you get given the quest to turn into a ninja, it's highly advisable that you do, because rogues are basically useless past like level 30 or some shit like that. There's fucking gun breakers. There's all sorts of shit, man. There's so much stuff.
I'm just invested in fully to be a samurai, so I'm a couple levels off. I hope to hit it tonight.
But when I remember playing samurai, they're cool, man. They're very cool. It was just when I logged into mine the other day, it was just so overwhelming. I was like, I don't know where I am. That I've got like 20 abilities here. I don't want this. I don't want to start again.
I just don't like characters with shields. I've just got the shield I've got looks sick, but I just don't like sword and shield.
I can't believe I put that time in the fucking Marauder and didn't realise it was a tanking class.
Yeah.
Because what made me realise it was when I tried to do a guild lev, a lev mate. Levy mate, whatever they're called, they're like daily kind of things, and it was making me go into a dungeon, And when I queued for it, it queued me as a tank. And I was like, no, I don't want to be a tank. I'm a DPS. But it didn't give you the option to queue as a DPS because I'm not. I'm a fucking tank. I was like, oh, fuck. No fucking way I'll text you. I was like, there's no fucking way that this is a fucking tank class. I was like, I don't want that. I don't want to do that. And then, I made a Lancer, which I actually made the first time round I played Final Fantasy and really fucking liked it and got it to my samurai, was and is a Dragoon. But it's been so long since I actually played it that it's still very refreshing and I can't remember any of it. But it just feels so much nicer to play, a lot more my style. And I like the teleporting as well.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
It's very ESO.
Mate, I beam around that map.
In that as long as you've unlocked it, you can fucking teleport there for a fee. And you can do it as much as you want. There's no
zip
cooldown.
around the town for free.
Yeah.
Crystals.
And it just makes life so much easier. World of Warcraft, you haven't got that unless you're a mage who can make fucking portals. You have 1 half stone, and that's on a 30-minute cooldown or 15-minute cooldown, and that's it. You can't. There is no other form of fast traveling unless you find a portal, which isn't always there.
Mate, the fact that they could make WoW on console, if they can do that for Final Fantasy, they can make WoW, bro.
I think with the add-ons and the controller support and everything, and obviously you were doing it natively, 100% they can incorporate that. And I wouldn't be surprised now with the Microsoft takeover that there's a potential of them looking into something like that. You think where they've put Final Fantasy on Xbox now, you can't help but think that if that goes very successful, which it is so far, that they wouldn't look at something like World of Warcraft and go, maybe we do an exclusive here where it releases exclusively on Xbox for a time, and sort of like I could see that happening. And Blizzard themselves have got like a brand new team. Like they've got. I mean, they just sacked a load of people, but they've got a brand new team under their belt. So. Fresh blood, new faces, see what happens. I'd like to see it on console. People have been calling for that for like over a decade now. So it would be nice to see it. I think you're on the cusp of it being there. You got ESO, you got fucking Final Fantasy, you got I can't fucking name any, but there's plenty of MMOs styled games that are on console.
Well, they just miss out on the biggest portion of the market. I think the biggest portion of the market in gaming is console, because the casual Joe will have a PlayStation. You know, there's a lot of my mates, they might play GTA, they might play COD, they might do this, but they wouldn't have they wouldn't buy a PC to play WoW.
No, yeah.
Or Final Fantasy. But if it was out on PlayStation, it'd be like, oh, check this out.
Yeah,
it's a free trial.
Yeah.
And then they might like it and then just play it for fucking years. So you miss out on such a huge market, I think. But yeah, I'm looking forward to unlocking this Samurai and then seeing.
What sub did you go for? Because there's 2 different brackets in there. There's one that lets you have like 8 characters, and then there's one that lets you have like an unlimited amount. I don't know if there was a difference in price though.
I just think I just went for the normal
I've gone for
one.
like the basic one. It was like £7 or something like that.
I think
Even then, it's fucking cheaper per month.
Yeah,
it's like £7.60 a month, something like that. I'm happy to pay that. I can pay that. It's fine.
Yeah, I am also paying that, and I've already got a month's worth out of it easily. And when I hit level 30, it went, oh, here's 15 more days for you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thanks.
Pause. Very quickly. I apologise. Yeah, sorry about that. We're back. Ever since we found the pause button and worked out how to use it effectively, it's. I was literally thinking of that when we was walking over here. I was like, you remember back in the day when one of us would go for a piss and the other person would just talk absolute bollocks for 5 minutes trying to fill the void of silence?
That was fun.
We could have just paused the fucking thing.
Do you think that we've done more episodes in here now than we did in the other place?
Yeah, 100%.
That's crazy.
100%. What is this? This is episode 82. That's crazy.
That's a lot of episodes.
That is a lot of episodes. That is a lot.
Can't
remember what we were talking about. Something Final Fantasy.
Samurai, you said, did I pick an alternate subclass or something?
No.
Oh, no, sub. Yeah, no.
So it's just a subscription.
Yeah, Samurai's coming. Gonna look cool. I want the Samurai attire because I don't like the clothes that I get. I've had a few cool... Oh, I can feel the warm floor.
Yeah.
Ooh. I've had a few cool clothing items, but then within minutes, something drops that's a lot better, and I'm like, now I look like a dick again. And I don't want to look like a dick. There's a very cool setting, which is probably in WoW, probably in everything, that auto-equips. You can press it, and if you've got something that's better, it will auto-equip it for you and tell you what it is that is auto-equipping. So I just click that quite regularly and check that I've got the best gear on. But yeah, once I hit 50, then I'm going to slow down because I've been beelining main quest to get that XP. Yeah. It's like, 11,000 XP. No, try 22,000 because
I'll have that, please. Thank you.
I've also done all the training. So there's like a tank training.
Yeah, they're cool, aren't they?
Yeah, so that's where I learnt a lot of my tanking shit. But at the end of doing all of them, I got a ring. Gives you 30%
XP.
Yeah. Bonus up until level 30. And
I'm going to do that.
It's one of the best rings because you can equip it when you're doing other classes. So when you get another class and you have to level that from 0, guess what? Pop the ring back on.
Yep.
How long does the XP last on this server? Or is it just infinite?
I have no idea. Because my knowledge is so fucking lax with this. I really don't know.
I'm really enjoying it, but I don't want it to last forever.
I doubt it will last forever, but I don't know how long it will last for.
I also don't want to waste it. If it's like, oh yeah, you get 20 days of
that.
I need that XP
we can
now.
Google it. I can ask on the novice chat.
Yeah, do the askings.
Shall we move on to the next subject?
I think I know.
Because I know some people will be getting bored of Final Fantasy, especially Mark.
I understand.
He won't like that. Elden Ring.
Woo!
Elden Ring. 2 years we waited. Maidenless.
Maidenless indeed.
Maidenless we've waited 2 years. And finally, the DLC has come out with a trailer and has given us a release date.
7.7 million views that trailer's got.
What a good trailer. I fucking love it. It's going to be incredible.
Do you know the irony of it all? I've completed Elden Ring, obviously. And it looks like, in the way previous From Software games access their DLCs and expansions, you go to a specific place.
I know the specific place that you go to.
And it looks like Morg's fucking thing. That's one of the only bosses I haven't killed.
Have fun.
I know. We went there. You came with me.
I know.
And you gave up on me.
And then I went on my own and fucking brutalised him.
Yeah.
Because you can use the shackle, can't you?
I don't know. He just kept making me bleed. Bro.
I really can't remember the fucking.
He's
I need to log back into the game because I can't remember fuck all. But there's a shackle that you can get where, you know, like Margot or whatever his fucking name was, like one of the first bosses that you can use, and it basically chains them to the ground for a couple of seconds. You can use it on fucking the blood geezer as well. But yeah, he's a tough boss, but he dies, and yeah, because have you seen the sort of like cutscene that happens after you kill him?
Nah.
So I won't spoil it, but I kind of know that will be the entrance for the DLC. Really intrigued to see how it actually works. Like I said to you, 99% of people that played Elden Ring have now boosted their characters to like max everything. Mine is. I can't remember the level of it, but mine is maxed out on everything. So I don't know how it really works with the DLC because I don't want to have to make a new character and go through the whole game again because that's not what I want to play it for.
It will never level gate you. You'll be able to do it for any level character you want. I just don't know how that's going to entwine in the
Yeah, but I also don't want to go to that area as a brand new character because it's nigh on impossible.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if you go there at level 999 or whatever you are, I don't know how that's going to scale up. You don't want to go in there one shot and everything.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to go in there as a scrub. But I will be doing a new run. I'll be trying to do an optimal route, so I'm probably going to try and get in there for like level, I don't know, 60 or something. But I don't know. Yeah.
Because I've got 8 new weapon classes.
10 over 10 weapons.
Yeah, but eight
right,
new
over 10 bosses.
Yeah, over 10 bosses, 8 new like weapon categories, and then I can't remember how many new weapons they've brought in, but a few. And yeah, it's shaping up to be good.
It's the size of Limgrave, he said.
But apparently that's bollocks.
Which is mental, because I remember seeing Limgrave and thinking, like, this map's not bad, but I thought that was the whole game size. And I'm like, I bet that red area is the last area. That's scary. It's got all the red shit and ponds, and I don't want to go there.
Caelid.
Yeah, that's a scary place. And then but then, like I say, the Bloodborne, the old Hunters DLC, I think that was like 20 quid or whatever. It was massive. Like, the DLCs was huge, and they're charging like a lot more for this. And From Software are the last company I'd expect to money grab.
I don't think this.
I think they're going to be like, it might be the side of Limgrave, but then you go under and you go above, and they're going to be a lot more. They don't tell you shit, bro.
Yeah, of course they don't.
I like that.
I think this is going to be. It's going to be very, very good. A lot of people saying, it's been too long, but this isn't a live service game. Elden Ring's not like it's a single player game predominantly. So you can kind of excuse the 2 years it's taken them to make a DLC, because you know that they would have made a fantastic DLC.
No, they From Software have never done a bad DLC, and I've had pretty much everyone from all the Souls games. And I also think this is more like an Elden Ring 1.5, because I can't think in my head, and I've tried, of a single player game that's had a collector's edition for an expansion.
Well, it's funny we talk about that, because From Software has received a check from the pair of us for the lovely sum of £460.
Yes.
Collectively, not for each. 230 each. We both bought the collector's edition.
My first collector's edition for anything.
Is that your first one? Is that your first one?
Because Starfield was going to be, and I backed out.
Oh, and you couldn't get fucking Ragnarok, could you?
No.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I really wanted Baldur's Gate one, and I'm looking at that.
Imagine that your first fucking collector's edition is a DLC, but it looks great. I mean, let's face it, it's probably not the best collector's edition that you can buy as your first one, purely because you're basically just getting the statue.
But that's all I'd ever want from collector's editions anyway, myself.
Yeah. I think it's a very fucking good statue. It holds its value. We don't give a fuck because we wouldn't be selling them anyway. But it's Ash bought it, and then I followed suit. It took about 5 minutes of convincing. I convinced myself, basically.
I meant to tell you, it sold out on Bandai Namco already. It sold out the next morning when I checked.
Yeah, but did it sell out on the...
I don't think Game Collection... I don't know. I haven't checked it again since. But on Bandai Namco website, it was gonzos. But yeah, it's cool. It's Melena's brother.
Mesmer.
That guy. He's got fucking vipers swinging around from him. He's got vipers on his crown. He's got red hair. Yeah, he looks sick. Funny thing is, I've even thought about not opening it at all, leaving it in the box and buying the DLC separate and just keeping the whole thing sealed.
You reckon, yeah?
I know what I'm like. The only way I'm going to see this statue is looking at yours.
You
I'm
can
going to stay in the fucking box.
So you can still get it on the game collection.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's all of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X still available, and PC is still available on there.
Nice. Grab it.
As far as the collector's edition goes, like I say, you're in it for the statue. That's basically it, because all else you get is a art cover book. Obviously the digital code for the DLC itself, and then I think voucher code, official soundtrack, which I was about to say is a bit pointless, but we did an entire fucking segment on the Patreon yesterday, last week, talking about the importance of music within gaming, which I thought was a very good subject to talk about.
It is, because a little side note, you don't know yet, but in Final Fantasy 14 online, every time you get on your chocobo, he does this, and that was cool, man. I liked it for the first 3 times, and I turned that off.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can... Yeah. There's an add-on that you can have which lets you pick whichever music you want throughout the entire game.
I'm happy for all the music, but not to just have that every, because it'd be like in a fucking scary, sanctuary, and it's and then you get on your chocobo and it's like, what's going on here? Turn that off now. It's just silly.
I'll get there eventually when I fucking unlock it.
But yeah, I found out just by playing. I didn't look at it, but every now and again it just pops up mount speed increase. So your mount speed is increased by doing X mission in a zone. But it's just the main story. I haven't done anything else. So once you've done a few main story quests, or all of them, I don't know, it'll say north something, mount speed increase, and then you run like a fucking whippet. It's mad. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Does every mount fly? I don't know this yet either. No?
No. Because I have a snowman and I can't see how that's going to fly.
Can you... Well, are you just guessing, or...
I'm guessing, but I'm pretty positive.
Well, I know that wolf can fly.
Because
he stands on his hind legs.
I could be wrong.
Shit.
How have we ended up back on Final Fantasy?
This is great. I need to do more mounts. I want more mounts. I like the Chocobo, but I'm done with him.
Buy one.
Goro.
Buy that wolf.
Yeah, no. I want to earn them. I want to go and earn mounts and titles. Fuck that off anyway. Elden Ring. The statue is sick. I want the statue. I can't wait for the statue. And yeah, it's just...
Is it 21st of June?
Yeah, it feels fitting. Obviously, I've got Dragon's Dogma next month, which I want. Annoyed that I can't play Helldivers because I've just got too much on. Normally, I'm not that guy. I'm like, I'll buy it and then go, I haven't got any time. Same with fucking Spider-Man. Still haven't bought that. I've changed.
I haven't played a lot of Helldivers recently because of Final Fantasy, but yeah, Helldivers is good, man. Really fucking good. It's so much better when you're playing with people.
Oh, for sure. I imagine so.
100%. But yeah, very, very fun game. One that you can just pick up and fucking put down.
Another one, like, the sky's the limit with Helldivers, though. They can go as big as they want. I see a lot of the people that I follow for Destiny switching Helldivers going, do you know what? This has got potential to be.
Yeah, of course it does.
Like the new big one.
There's a game that's coming out. I can't remember what it's called, which is terrible. But it's basically taking the same mechanic as the flight in Anthem. And has incorporated it into whatever game they're making, like a shooter type. Looks kind of. I think the premise was like you're on this world which has been overtaken by like a humanoid robotic force or something, and you've got to like typical eradicate them and save the world. Blah blah blah. But yeah, the flying mechanics were Anthem pretty much, just in a different skin, which was very weird because it was the other day that I can't remember who I was talking to, and saying how much I loved the flying mechanics in Anthem. It was my favourite aspect of the entire game, and I was so annoyed that no one's picked it up since, because it was just so unique. And yeah, this game that I can't remember seems to be picking up. But I was really interested, and then I started seeing some of the gun play, and I was like, yeah, no, it's not. This might not be for me. But good luck, whatever game that is.
Good luck, that game. Power World is still fantastic and doing numbers, but obviously we've moved on. I'll definitely go back to that because that is a sick game.
Diablo 4 isn't doing very well.
Is it not?
Just dead.
Poor Diablo.
I think they get it's like 300 streamers now. Like, it's low. Very low.
Really? Sadness.
On to the next.
I believe that I want to go home and play Final Fantasy.
The games that were announced for the crossover from the exclusives from Microsoft being released on PlayStation were, as we predicted and as everyone predicted, Hi-Fi Rush, Sea of Thieves, a game that I had no idea what it was, and I can't remember the fucking name of it.
Like Pentium or something?
Something like that.
Some strange game that
And then there was another game, which again I can't remember. But Sea of Thieves looks quite cool.
Sea of Thieves is a good game. I've played it a lot on the Xbox.
That will fucking overshadow Skull and Bones 100%.
Yes, yeah. Cheers. Ubisoft will be buzzing with that one. Thanks very much.
Thank you. This is how it should have been.
Yeah, that's a cool game, that is. Not very solo friendly, I found, though. I like my online games to be solo friendly because I like to interact with only myself.
I think it's an interesting time as well to see, because naturally what you've had now is everyone that's got an Xbox now calling out saying, right, well, we've given you Sea of Thieves, now you give us Helldivers too. They're desperate for it.
But anything that's online should be. Like,
Agreed.
I get having single player games. Mm-hmm. You know, I can get it. I don't like it, but I can get it. But anything that involves players playing online, especially if it's online only,
it's live service, yeah.
Helldivers and Sea of Thieves, why not? You are sewing shut your own pockets. Like, I don't want any more money. Fucking get it across there, because you know how much more money, right? I could be wrong here, but I'm shooting from the hip, right? So you got Sea of Thieves, say, for argument's sake, on the Xbox. So people are like, I really want to play Sea of Thieves, so I'm going to go and buy an Xbox. Or you've got people playing Sea of Thieves on Xbox and PlayStation, massively increasing your player pool, buying stuff from the item shop. Now, surely the people that are playing Sea of Thieves on the PlayStation, buying stuff from the item shop, equates to more money than the minority that would go, I really want Sea of Thieves, I'm going to buy an expensive Xbox just for that game. Surely you get more money from opening it up to the masses. If it's a live service game, it will have microtransactions. That is natural. That's the way it goes. So I feel like they just shoot themselves in the foot.
Like we said before, with live service, it makes sense. With single players, point you made the last time we spoke about it, in that competition, that market. If you release everything to every console, you then don't have that back and forth contest. But with live service, yeah, I agree. I think it should just be on fucking every major platform.
And crossplay.
Crossplay. And think the capability with something like Helldivers 2, if you allowed Xbox to have access to the game, and you could have like, well, you're all fighting for one cause, but the people that are playing on Xbox are actually part of a different army, cool, and they've got different skins and stuff like that. And the same with the PlayStation players, and the PC are just fucking mingling in between. And
PlayStation got blue suits.
Yeah, man, but green. They can work together, and there can be like different achievements for like do a certain amount of fucking missions with an Xbox player and vice versa, and there could be like different like minute but different cosmetics that are only like specific to Xbox and PlayStation and stuff like that. Like you could do quite a lot of wholesome stuff, and I feel like with a game like Helldivers 2, people are taking it seriously, like they're in the fucking wars in real life with that game. If you then start throwing different armies in from different consoles, like different regiments within the army looking upon each other, I just feel like that would be really, really interesting, because the role play within Helldivers 2 at the moment is incredible. So if you throw something like that in, it would just, I just think it'd be really cool.
I see a TikTok yesterday. It was like this guy. He was like, "So what brought you to the war, boy?" And he was like, "I just want to get home to my mama." And then something fucking just blows his head off. He's like, "No!" This cool, is great. Yeah,
I love it. The amount of voice acting that happened, the professional voice actors that are birthed from gaming clips is incredible.
And I love the. I think it's such a cool feature. Don't get me wrong, I haven't played it. This is just what I've read and seen. Is the people like sending out SOSs. So like one of their players goes down or quits, so I don't know what the parameters are for it. But you'd be like, yeah, I can drop in and help them, and you drop in your pod when you come in to save the day. Yep. See, a geezer called fucking. I read a little Reddit post, and he told, you know, them cool Reddit posts where they tell stories and fluff it up, but. Yeah, he went on for his, oh yeah, our army was down and this guy went down and we was up against it. Had a sliver of health. Then Sergeant Slaughter came down on his drop pod. I was like, thank fuck the sergeant's arrived. Instantly dead. It was just like the way he writ it was fucking hilarious, and didn't half make me laugh. But they're the stories, because every game's different, because you're building your own narrative within the game, if you know what I mean. Yeah. They're so beautiful, them games. I love them. I'm desperate to play it, but I can't turn myself away from Final Fantasy Online,
which is fair enough. And that's finito.
Oh, that's rip.
That's finito. My birthday over. Birthday pod done. Over onto the birthday Patreon.
That's where the juicy stuff is.
Ooh, mama. So yeah, that's that. Welcome to
the Final Fantasy Online podcast, episode 1. Please let us know any hints and tips and tricks.
You thought that you were done listening to MMO talk with World of Warcraft, but it's just sucked us straight back in.
By the way, I still love World of Warcraft. This isn't, as I said to you before, this isn't a sly on World of Warcraft.
I can appreciate it.
But this is just more akin to me, because it's on the fucking
I'm trying
telly.
to get Steph involved with it. I'm trying
great. Why
I'm trying
not?
to get her to go on the PlayStation and fucking play it.
The more the merrier, man.
Because the
We can have a
fucking
gang.
security account system bollocks, the interface for that, is a cunt.
We can just create a new email account. You used the what's the buttons one.
It's
didn't you?
locked to the fucking PlayStation. The account's locked to the PlayStation. It's ridiculous. So if you make a fucking Final Fantasy account on that PlayStation, that is the only account that you can use on that PlayStation. But I can't fucking remember the login details for it.
Well, that's a weird one, huh?
But yeah, it's ridiculous. My Final Fantasy, my Steam is linked to my email, but my Final Fantasy account is linked to the What's the Buttons email. But the fucking so when I buy a subscription, I pay for it through Steam, but it gets sent to What's the Buttons, and then the other half gets sent to fucking my email.
Very weird.
It's very annoying, and I daren't go in there and try and fucking change it.
No.
Just let it keep fucking rolling. just let that keep
That's
doing.
a dangerous game you'd be playing.
Which I can't be asked. I can't be asked to do it. So yeah, good night, everyone. It's been a pleasure. Uru.